This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Applied Botanics. Applied Botanics offers a great line of CBD oils, including a line for pets. Now, I've been using their products for the last 2 months. I really wanted to test it out before I started promoting it to listeners of this podcast, and I have to say, I experienced some great benefits. They have 5 different products, which include comfort, focus, recovery, tranquility, and vitality. The 3 that I utilized the most were comfort, focus, and tranquility. Comfort really provided me with stress and anxiety relief. I just started a new job 2 months ago, so between that and the fact that we're still living in a pandemic, comfort really slowed things down for me, and at the end of the day, kept that anxiety and stress at bay. Their focus line also helps me during podcasts. It helps me to really focus on what my guests are saying, which enables me to ask the important questions and really pull back the layers of who they are. And finally, and possibly my favorite that I felt great benefits from, is tranquility. I take it 30 minutes or so before bed, and it really helps deliver me into that deeper sleep faster than I would without it. I wake up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day. Now, oftentimes people are skeptical of CBD oil, especially when it comes to the price. But whether you're curious about CBD or have used CBD products before, you will find that Applied Botanics CBD is nearly half the cost of other brands. Their thoughts are that using CBD should not require a payment plan. On top of that, listeners of this podcast can get an additional 30% off their first purchase using the code word Popko Project at checkout. So head over to appliedbotanics.com where you can learn more about all of their products. And if you decide to make a purchase, use code word Popko Project for 30% off. Applied Botanics. Live healthy and happy. This episode of the podcast is also brought to you by Keller's Garden Center, Lawn Care, and Landscaping Services. Working hard so you don't have to. They will take care of mowing, edging, pruning, trimming, shrubs, mulching, planting, and landscaping. Call them today for affordable and free estimates, weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly weeding and cutting services. And new this year is the Keller's Garden Center. They just moved to a new location across the street from their old location, and the Garden Center will offer landscape design and installation, mulch, rock, plants, trees, and more. They are located on 7 Kern Street in Exeter, PA. Call them today at 570-299-7240. Again, working hard so you don't have to. My guest today is the frontman of a blues rock power trio out of northeastern Pennsylvania. They'll be releasing a new single called Broken on Friday, April 30th, 2021, accompanied by a music video recorded in the historic Iram Temple Theater in downtown Wilkes-Barre. We talk a little bit about the band, what they've been up to over the last few years, what they have planned for this year, and more. These guys are some of the hardest working musicians that I know. Be sure to check out their music available on all the streaming services in addition to their upcoming release. Welcome to the show, Dustin Douglas of Dustin Douglas and the Electric Gentleman. We're live with glitchy Dustin Douglas.
I hope it's not that bad. I don't know.
I told you,
don't
move.
know why.
Don't move.
I'm sorry.
These are the problems we have. This is the issue that I continue to face as we do these via Zoom and all that kind of fun stuff. But times are still strange.
Technology.
Yeah,
technology and fun.
Still strange times. Hopefully, my goal, I keep saying this, is to one day hopefully have a studio.
Yes.
So that way I can invite guests in. We can be face to face. We won't have these internet issues, so to speak. But
well, I'm looking forward to that for sure.
But you look fantastic as always. The hair,
thanks,
gorgeous,
John.
Gorgeous.
Not too bad for a Monday.
It is Monday.
Yeah, man. Well, you look fantastic yourself, my friend.
Well, I mean, you can't see below my nipples to see where the fat sits. You know.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I mean, we can get nuts we can get weird if you want.
We can get real weird. Let's get weird.
Yeah, I decided not to drink tonight. It's Monday.
I got some green tea with coconut. which is fantastic here.
When did we get so old?
I'm okay with it, man. I had a few drinks the other day and I was hungover for like 7 years, man. I just can't do it anymore. I'm out of practice.
Yeah, I don't really get hungover because I don't get to the point where I'm like out of control much anymore. I'm just tired because like no matter what time I go to bed, I either have to wake up for work or my child wakes up.
Right, man. So you're just
without
those that mid-30s exhaustion, man.
I'm late 30s now, dude. Late 30s.
I was trying to do you a favor, man. But
I appreciate that. That's why I love you.
Had your back.
Well, it's funny. Now we're so old. And I remember my first encounter with you. We were very young.
Yeah, man. I think we had some mutual friends. You were working with them.
My buddy Dave.
Bennigan's, and full circle is that Dave is now my full-time graphic designer and created the Boltman.
Oh, that Dave. So Dave Fisk you're referring to. I'm talking about. So
you're talking about the other Dave.
It's Dave Ermack. Dave Ermack was a good friend of mine who also worked at Bennigan's, and I think. And I don't know. I mean, I worked with Dave and his brother Jamie at Bennigan's, and I think that's how we ended up at the party. But yeah,
it seems like forever ago now, man.
It does.
It was. Well, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
That had to have been. I think. Wait. I want to say 2004 or 2005, but wow. I could be wrong.
Wow, it's eons ago, man.
It's a long time ago.
It is. Well, we made it out. We made it out alive.
So far, yeah. Yeah. So it's Monday. We're recording this on a Monday. You have a big release this coming Friday. I'm hoping to get this out before that release. If not before, then definitely day of or day after. But
there's no worries there, man.
But yeah, so Friday you're releasing a new song from Dustin Douglas and the Electric Gentleman called "Broken."
Yes, and a new video as well. On the same day. So yeah, it's a big week, man. It's a big week, and it feels good to be back promoting something new.
Yeah, because as everyone knows, and I kind of hate talking about it, but I mean, it's like, what are we going to talk about? Because this last year has been shitty. To say the least. But you have new music coming out. Now, was this music, was it ready to go, let's say, last year? Did you guys kind of work on it during the pandemic we experienced in the past year? Or, tell us a little bit about that song and obviously the video behind it as well.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, this was written, oh man, it probably started, I think the song started before the pandemic. The riff, the guitar part was there. And then, then it was time to, after the whole pandemic thing, I was like, man, we got to get into the studio. So even when it was still kind of, so we hopped in the studio and recorded a few tracks. This being one of 4 that we have already laid down, that we're probably going to release as singles, up until the new record, which will probably be out in fall. So yeah, man, I mean, lyrically, I think we were all feeling kind of broken over the last year in one way or another. So it just, I mean, whether it's a relationship or a life, we all kind of were broken for sure.
Yeah, I talk to a lot of musicians as part of this podcast. So, I mean, tell me a little bit about, your experience over the last year. Obviously, musicians and creating music and playing shows and kind of having people to perform to. I mean, I feel like that is really an outlet, and it's important to musicians to be able to have that part of being a musician, and
right.
It's been non-existent. So, I mean, how has that played on you as an individual?
I mean, it was pretty wild. I mean, John, as far as my past goes, but I mean, I've been playing live and recording music since I was a kid. So I really don't know any other rhythm, So It's just like, what gig am I playing this week and where am I going? And it's been like that forever since high school,
Mm-hmm.
So when that got taken away, it was definitely like, man, there was so many different stages, it was like, oh, well, this is cool. It's vacation stage. And then it was like boredom stage. And then it was like, oh my God, restless stage. And there was just like so many different emotions.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I mean, I try to look at the positive of everything. And I mean, it was nice to slow the train up a little bit and, spend time with my fiance and spend time at home and do things I normally would have never been able to do if I was just on the road that whole year. So, and it also is nice to like put things in perspective and then also you miss it. And the old saying of, distance makes the heart grow fonder. I think myself and most musicians are going to really not take what we do for granted,
Yeah.
It's easy to do so,
Yeah, it's and you mentioned fiance. Did you not get married?
We didn't. We postponed it. We were supposed to.
You postponed it. That's right.
Yeah, the COVID got us on that too. So we wanted to do it right, and we got big families, and so
sure.
we didn't want to do it half-assed. So it'll be this year.
Good.
Unless the zombie apocalypse happens or something else. I don't know.
Well, congratulations either way.
Thank you. And I presume your family's doing well as well.
Yeah, we're doing well.
Good.
I mean, no complaints here. But like you said, I mean, I think a lot of people just were able to kind of take a step back and like you said, slow the train down a bit and kind of just really reflect on their immediate circle, because that's the only circle you're allowed to have.
Right. I mean, it was definitely strange. I mean, for the most part, a good percentage of us stopped working, not just, I mean, the musician thing is one thing and the art thing. But like a lot of people had a little break from their job, which normally that would never, ever happen in anyone's lifetime, Yeah. So, I think a lot of people probably stopped and was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Yeah, I think it forced people to, really reflect on themselves and where they are in life. And I think people made changes, whether it's, creative changes or work changes and jobs and things like that. Just, it's weird because like you said, you had to kind of look at the positives and kind of just be like, all right, maybe we needed this kind of like a little bit of a reset almost.
Exactly.
I mean, granted, I mean, I'm not, it sucks that people have lost their jobs and mental health is an issue and all that kind of stuff. But
and I mean, another positive though is like maybe finally we'll start taking mental health as like a real thing, it's a real thing, especially in the music industry and in all industries. But I mean, I think if that gets a light shone on it a little bit more, cool.
Yeah. So as far as, I mean, you said the song was written a little bit before the pandemic. I mean, what did you guys do? I mean, did you guys like, email tracks or different recordings back and forth, or how did you guys continue to move forward as a band?
Yeah. I mean, we were also secretly getting together too,
What?
The show must go on, man.
Social distancing, man. It's okay. I mean, it's definitely, I mean, obviously people died and are still getting sick and still dying, unfortunately. But
it's a real thing, and in no way. But with that being said, I mean, there was a real period where we didn't see each other, and we took a long break. And we're not really the tech savvy band where we don't bounce things too much. This is kind of more of a just old school way of getting in a room together. And but with that being said, I mean, I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of the writing, so it's. Man, there was a lot of that going on. There was a lot of it. And over the next couple months or year, you're going to see a few things being released that were, thought about and written in that time.
Yeah. And you said before, like you guys play quite a bit. And I feel like you guys are probably one of the hardest working bands out there right now, or not right now, but like, in general, because like, I feel like you guys were always playing something somewhere, whether it was locally here in Northeast Pennsylvania or, out of town or whatever it was. Right. And I'll tell you what, like, Matt, the Dane.
Yes.
He's not he's probably my age, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a little younger.
You guys are both like 60.
Right? Yeah.
No, you guys are about the same age. Yeah. And then Tommy's the oldest one in the band. Now, with that being said, like, Tommy's the oldest one in the band, and he could run circles around me and Dane. Like,
yeah. I mean,
his energy is like next level. I don't know where he gets it from, but he's like Tasmanian devil shit.
He found the fountain of youth somewhere.
Yeah, man. And
come on, Tommy, share it.
It's Marlboro Reds.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
That's telling you, right?
I quit smoking, and my, it's
me too, man. Me too.
It definitely, like, I got more tired. I got fatter. I got tired.
I'm telling you, man.
What does that say? I mean,
Keith Richards and Tommy Smallcomb, dude. They're just smoking Marlboro Reds.
I'm not a smart person, but I mean, let's talk about, like.
But yeah, they're both. I mean, fortunately, the hard work comes from also enjoying each other's presence and enjoying the art that we make and enjoying seeing the enjoyment that it brings people. That makes life a lot easier and our job a lot easier.
Yeah.
So it's not really that hard to work that hard when it's a blast.
Well, there's that saying, right?
Yeah. What if you don't work a day in your life, or
something like that.
Something you love. Yeah.
I'm not going to screw it up.
I got to say, it's true, man. It's true, and it's a blessing that I get to do it.
Yeah, and you surround yourself with music. Not only do you play in the band, but you also work at a music store, which is awesome.
Yeah, when I'm not playing in the band or with others, I'm around. It's just music's everywhere, man. It's been my life forever, and I don't know anything else, and I don't want to or don't think about what it would be like without it, because I just don't know. I don't know.
And are you satisfied? I mean, I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Are you satisfied with where you are now? Or are you really trying to push to that next level?
I've really learned to just take a day at a time. And a younger me would have said, no, I'm not satisfied with where I am. I always want better and better and better. I mean, I think we all do. We always want better for ourselves, but I'm certainly happy with where I am right now because this is exactly where I'm supposed to be right now, and all good things come in time. So if I just continue to work, hard and continue to do what we're doing and be true to myself and write songs that are true. Yeah, man, I'm totally happy with where I am, and I'll be happy, as happy, 10 years down the road if it's that much bigger. It doesn't. That has definitely changed, man. I'm definitely somebody that wants more and more and more and more all the time, or looking for something that I already have, so right. I think I'm getting older and wiser as far as that's concerned. I'm just happy to be where I'm at now. And I saw like a meme or something the other day. It was like, think about how hard you worked to get to where you are now, or how happy you would have been 20 years ago if you saw where you are now. And it's so true because it's easy to just keep wanting more and more. But nah, man, life is good. For sure.
You're right. I mean, I think about that. You saying it, and I feel like I don't think I ever imagined my life would be what it is now. Even 20 years ago. And if you had told me 20 years ago that I'd be where I am, I'd be like, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, I'm just done worrying about the past. I'm done worrying about the future. Like, I went through some years of like some severe high anxiety, and man, I just can't change any of it. I could prepare for tomorrow, and just that's it, man. That's all I'm worried about. That's it.
Yeah, as long as we wake up in the morning, right?
Yeah, man. Life is good. It could be way worse, man.
It can. I always say it could always be better, but it could always be much worse.
Yeah, man. It'll come, man. It'll come.
Yeah. So you did a video for the song as well, and I think I read that you worked with Jonathan Edwards, who I've had the pleasure of meeting in my life and my around town, and he did some work for me as well, and a couple times, and he does excellent work. I watched the video. I mean, it looks legit, and you did it at the Iram Temple Theater in downtown Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, it was. It's funny how it all kind of came about. I mean, we've worked with Jonathan in the past. He's a good friend of ours, and we've done a few sessions and stuff. And we've talked about doing kind of like a higher budget, legit video for a single when the time was right. So flash forward, the time was right. It was, I believe it was it was Super Bowl Sunday that we filmed it, and it was cold. It was really cold. So, as you can imagine, this theater that is being,
restored.
It's being restored. Yeah, that's the word. There's no heat in this restoration situation. So it was colder inside, and we did about 13-hour shoot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Jonathan brought in some great folks from out of town, Craig and Ruthie. And it turned out, I mean, for the sake of art, I mean, I definitely thought I was going to have to amputate my feet at some point. The heaters, we had like propane heaters going, and then they ran out of propane, and it was like a whole deal. So, but man, I'm proud of it. I mean, you saw it. It's coming out Friday on a specific website, and then it'll be everywhere on Monday. So yeah, we're happy to get it out. Jonathan, he crushed it, man. It's really fun to work with him, and we'll be working with him again soon.
And do you plan on? And you said you were going to release singles until the whole record's done. Do you plan on having videos as part of that as well, or is this
100? Yeah, 100%. We'll probably release our next single in June, sometime around June. End of June, July, and yeah, man, we're already cooking up some stuff. So yeah, but I just love looking. I love it as a medium. I love, as a musician, I love all other kinds of art, especially videos and movies, and it's a world I don't know that well,
right?
So I'm like immersed in it, and I'm a little kid, and it's great.
We also grew up in the MTV era where MTV actually played videos. So I mean, right. I think that's not only, I mean, for people our age, I mean, I'm sure having an actual CD made, and that's really cool, and that's like a bucket list item, and then having a music video for it as well. I mean, that's, as much as it's kind of fallen by the wayside, it's still an awesome part of the what's weird
though, I mean, CDs I feel are definitely kind of on their way out. But videos somehow like went away and are now very necessary in the business. I think a lot of people, like YouTube and all the video sites and all the thing, it's important. I think more people are watching videos now than ever, and I that's awesome, man. I'll keep making videos.
No, it's cool. It was, like I said, really well done. So
thank you, man. I'm awesome. Really looking forward to everybody seeing it, man. It's it's good to be warm and to have it finished. It's good to have both my feet.
and how did you make your way into a building that's being restored?
So it all worked out. So I was starting to kind of brainstorm where we were going to shoot this video. And I was just coming up kind of short, man. And then a photographer friend of mine, Mrs. Brittany Boot, was in this Iram place and was taking pictures for something. And she was with another friend of mine, Kathy Baczynski.
Right. And
so I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw her post these pictures of this like dilapidated theater, and immediately I was like, oh my God, it's broken. It all makes sense. It's all great.
Cool.
I'm like, where are you? And she's like, I'm here. And I was like, well, what's your contact? And she's like, And then I found out it was Kathy, and that was awesome because, we go back, and she's a huge supporter of what I do. And then Jonathan ended up being friends with, it just all worked out, man. It all worked out. And it's a cool place, and I can't wait to play it when it's restored too,
Yeah, it's a beautiful building. I mean,
so far out. And I've driven past that thing a million times in my life, and I had no idea what was inside of it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was in that, and I don't want to sound stupid, but I feel like I stood like a girlfriend from high school. She danced, and I feel like they had performances.
Sure.
I don't know when that like, kind of closed up, but this is like 2000, 2001.
I don't know how long it's been out of date. Forgive me for my ignorance there, but
same.
Yeah, I know that it was really happening for many, 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 many years. And, the plans that they have with it in the future is really cool too, working in conjunction with the Kirby Center. And, we've been to Philly where there's a show on one block and there's a show on another. It's not like there's any competition,
Right.
It's like, so yeah, more is more, man. I wish them the best, and I can't think of enough for letting us in there,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the downtown Wilkes-Barre scene kind of has, I don't know, fell apart even prior to COVID. It'll be cool to have another, building kind of active again.
I think it's in transition. I think it's in a transitional phase. There's good things happening, man. Carl Hall, and it's all there, man. It's all there. And I think there's a lot of people fighting for the arts in this town, and, including us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll all work out, man, for sure. It has the potential, man. So
absolutely.
It'll get its turn again for sure.
Yeah. So, as far as 2021 goes,
yes,
release the song Friday. Obviously, there are shows being booked, especially outdoor venues. Have you guys got anything lined up for the summer?
Yeah, just this week we got a lot of great things happening, and then summer's looking really solid. Yeah, it's a lot of regional stuff. It's a lot of the out of town stuff is still kind of slowly happening. Which we're really looking forward to getting out of Dodge again. To work this single, but in the meantime, yeah, just check the website because there's a lot. Every week there's new updates and stuff. So, I'm not sure when this will come out, but Thursday night we're back in Bloomsburg at the Turkey Hill Brewing Company. They're doing like their first music back, and it coincides with their 10-year anniversary, which is cool.
10 years, wow.
Yeah, and then Friday we're actually going to do this little top secret little stream thing from somewhere in Wilkes-Barre.
Oh,
so that's happening Friday, and then Saturday we're going to do the release single party at the Mock Chunk Opera House in Jim Thorpe, which has kind of become quite the home base for us, So
yeah, I was going to say that venue, and then Turkey Hill, I think you guys play a lot at.
Yeah, it's good to be back to some of our joints,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you. Crap. I had a question. Crap. I had a question for you. I don't know.
What was it?
I don't know. I
bet you it was a good one.
Shit. It was the best one.
It's probably the best one.
The best question I'll never ask. But shows are back on. That's good. It's good. It's getting a little weird. They told us 2 weeks last March. 2 weeks.
Isn't that crazy, man? It still kind of feels like a movie. There were some times when I'd be out and I would just it would snap out. I'm just like, dude, we're literally just all wearing masks. It's like it felt like I was in a movie, and I still sometimes do, but I really think things are going in the right direction with the vaccines and the whole deal. So yeah, if it just keeps going in that direction, we're going to be all right, man.
I think so. I saw a report, I think it was today, that someone said, or a former CDC member said that they think we're close to herd immunity.
Great.
Between people getting it, and people being vaccinated and all that kind of stuff. So that's good news.
Yeah, man. Then we don't have to be referred to as a herd anymore. That'd be great. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're something else as a society, that's for sure. I mean,
oh boy.
I don't know. This past year has also exposed a lot of true colors, I guess you could say.
It's very true, man.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe fortunately.
Yeah, there's that too. I wish I was like our buddy Josh, who decided to like get off social media.
Well, he can. Shout out to Josh Turner. He's able. He's not selling anything, man. You know what I mean? He's living that life.
I know.
We're selling ourselves. So it's
jealous.
But it's not true though, because I always have to find another route to send him things where I would just normally just copy him on like a video but he finds his dirt other places. So it's all right.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's the biggest Reddit user I know.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I got to say that the Dane may trump him because he is a Reddit guy. And he turned me on to it too. And for me, it's just it's overload, man. It's like news overload. I try to read as little as possible, you know.
What's the Dane
as far as news is concerned? I'll read books and self-help books all day.
Self-help books.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that. Yeah, that's where I'm at. You know, that's where I'm at in life.
Hey, man. You know,
trying to be better.
Don't be afraid to get better.
Yeah, man. The Dane is good, man. The Dane is he's good. He's got his dog. And he's doing great. Tommy's doing great. We're just really excited to hit the stage. And you know, we've been doing some rehearsal this week, and we've been diving into things that we haven't played in a very long time, which is cool. You know, when you're playing so much, you kind of just play the stuff that you've been playing, and then a lot of songs fall by the wayside. So we had some time to really dive into the whole catalog. So there'll be some deep cuts in the next, over the summer for sure that people will hear.
Yeah, because for those of you who don't know, you guys have I guess 2 records and an EP that are available.
Yeah, I mean, I out of my time in the Badleys, I did the solo record, Black Skies and Starlight, and then we did the self-titled record.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first Electric Gentleman record, and then we did the Blues EP, and then we did Break It Down, and then Friday is some new stuff, the new single.
Which, I mean, Break It Down for me was a great collection. And it's really cool to see. I feel like you guys get better and better with every release. So I'm really excited for the new stuff coming up. Break It Down for me was hands down my favorite of yours so far.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I hear that often where it's kind of like, and that's all I could really hope for is like just to keep getting better, I mean, I think we all know kind of like some bands that did not do that. So that's cool. I mean, maybe the best record is still to come. I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep writing and that's it. Just keep making music that I want to play and hear.
And I remember my question. I wanted to.
Would.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on the Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute you guys do. Really well done. I'm gonna assume and go out on a limb and say that that's an influence for you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, since I was pretty young, man, I tried to mimic those records and it was cool. It was cool to have that opportunity. It was kind of just like, oh, do this one show. And then we're like, all right, cool. And then it was really successful. So, I mean, a few years later, we're still getting offers to do it and stuff. So, yeah, we like doing a tribute show every once in a while. We kind of, we don't want it to be a tribute act or anything. So we kind of
Right.
just do it as a retrospective, like we just did recently. We did like one set Stevie Ray and one set Jimi Hendrix. So, and it's fun, man. You get to play those tunes. It's like, it's great.
Yeah.
Man, there's worse things to do for sure. And then over the summer, we're doing we do this festival out in Austin, Pennsylvania. And it's called the Austin Dam Show. We're going to do a set of Zeppelin this year. So,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it just keeps us on our toes too. You know, it's like great kind of practice to learn these greats.
I thought you were going to say Austin, Texas. I was going to say to tell Joe Rogan I said hi.
Man, I was ironically, I was in Austin right before it all went down, right before everything shut down. I was there like when they canceled South by Southwest. So, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that there was COVID there at the time. So, you know,
Yes.
in retrospect, but yeah, that was like the last. I love Austin, and I can't wait to go back. So.
I've never been.
You'd love it.
I hear great things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I don't get out much.
That's all right. You can live in that dad life, man.
I know.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's not true. I do get out quite a bit with him even.
Yeah. Man.
We went to Watkins Glen, I think it was, back in January. We saw some kind of dinosaur exhibit. Yeah, big fan of dinosaurs.
Yes. I am too.
I think we all are, right?
My fiance is not. She doesn't. She's scared of dinosaurs and refuses to believe in them.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Shameful.
Ridiculous. No Jurassic Park in the house for us. So.
What? Come on.
That's funny.
I'm excited for Fast 9.
I'm still trying to. I don't know if I know what that is. What is that?
It's the Fast and the Furious, bro.
Oh, they're up to 9. They're up
to 9.
I'm not that excited about that one.
I bet you didn't think that was coming.
No, man, Fast 9. I mean, is Vin Diesel in it?
Of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I would hope so.
You know what though? Like, I fit The Rock. I kind of feel like he revived the whole thing. And
see, I'm out of the loop here. So he's in 8.
I think The Rock's in 7 and 8, or 6, 7 and 8. Jason Statham was in 1 or 2 of them. But
I'm not gonna lie to you. Now I have to go back and watch 2 through 9.
I'm not a big fan of this. Was it the second one? Yeah, I think the second one was Tokyo Drift. It's fine.
No,
but
that one I could skip.
I think so. But I mean, so there's no Rock. There's no Rock in this one, I don't think. There's no Statham. It's John Cena.
Okay. I mean, with that being said, I recently watched the latest Stone Cold Steve Austin documentary. It was like on A&E.
Is that new?
It was phenomenal. Yes, it's new and it was wonderful. I'm a documentary guy, so I love documentaries. And I thought it was fantastic.
I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin is awesome.
It was great. It was a great period for wrestling.
It was. I mean, The Rock.
I mean, it was untouchable. I don't think there'll ever be. I mean, that was like the golden age of wrestling, man.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
And you knew it was fake too. It didn't matter. Like, it was just great. It was like,
wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
It was fake.
So the whole thing. It's all fake.
End of interview. We're done here.
We're done. Okay. It's been real.
Yeah, man. It's wild, dude. Anytime you could just see like grown adults fake beat each other up while other adults drink beer and cheer them on is
America.
It's America. It's money.
America.
Man. That's good stuff.
I feel like the UFC is starting to get into that like space as far as the hype and all that kind of stuff. I hope not, but a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, man. It's entertainment, buddy. It's entertainment.
I'm okay with it.
I mean, I would much rather watch WWE back then than UFC. But
Yeah. I agree with that.
yeah,
I can get on board.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's tough.
So what else, Dustin Douglas? What's new in your world?
What is new in my world? Man, it's just it's the same. It's the same but better.
Okay.
And that's cool, you know?
All right.
Yeah, it's life truly is kind of getting back to normal, where I'm pretty busy. And there's a lot of projects I'm working on, and it feels good because I'm doing it in a different headspace. I'm doing it kind of more relaxed with a little bit of a rest under my belt, so
Right.
that's nice, man. It's refreshing.
Yeah, I think it's important. So
yeah, man. And you don't often get to do that, unless you're forced to.
Yeah.
Because of a crazy virus. So it's wild, man. It's wild. But I just hope everybody continues to stay healthy, and that's it, man.
Yeah. And you're thinner than ever.
I have been taking care of myself. Yeah.
Well, I think that's what one thing that people don't talk about with this pandemic too is like, those who are healthy and take care of themselves, if they do get COVID, they respond better to it than those who don't.
Yeah, well, I started kind of like really just kind of getting into gear, knowing that there was going to be, videos and release, and I wanted to be in, and my wedding coming up and stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. So January 4th, I started kind of really taking care of myself and eating right and working out again, and yeah, man, it worked.
It's funny how that happens.
It's good that it worked.
It's funny how that happens.
And I feel great. I haven't been drinking.
Boo.
I know I haven't been.
What kind of rock star are you?
I have not been smoking weed, which I have enjoyed in the past.
Well, that's illegal, Dustin. So I would really hope that you wouldn't be doing that, because that is illegal. How dare you?
That's not true, because I am a card-carrying member.
Oh.
So it is completely legal.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I get my medical card and decide to stop.
Makes sense.
But no, man, I just needed a break from everything. After the holidays and then lockdown, and it was just like, man, I feel like shit. I look like shit, and so I just snapped out of it, man. And I have quite the addictive personality, so if I just put my head in the right spot, I also get addicted to that too. So it's like, yeah, it's cool.
Good for you.
That's where I'm at. I did have a couple of drinks like a week ago, and I'm not good at it anymore. So
I'm not good at smoking weed. That's why I really don't.
No, I'm not good. I probably will not be good at that either anymore. I have to. I'm like a little baby again, man. I gotta baby steps, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's I feel good, man. I'm 34 years old. I'm gonna be 35 in June, so I'm ready
What are you scared?
No, I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm not scared of getting old, man. I really am not. I just like figuring things out, being a little wiser every day.
Yeah. I'm closer to 40 now than anything. I'm gonna be 39 this year.
39?
Yeah. Good for me. Yeah.
Good for you, man.
I feel every bit of it. Overweight, stressed out, eat like shit. Well, I don't eat terribly. My wife, we're on a Mediterranean diet. So I guess it's very heart healthy. But
so you're eating Mediterraneans?
Yes. Exactly.
I'm not familiar with that one.
No, carbs are real low. A lot of fish.
Mm-hmm.
Really no red meats. And everything tastes like olives.
Right. Sick.
If there's not olives on it, there's capers or
right, which are like baby olives.
Yeah.
Yet they're saltier counterpart.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah. But So that's that. You know, but I mean, I haven't gained weight in the past, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. So that's good.
That's good.
I
Great.
still fit in clothes that I've had, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm not getting worse. I'm just kind of like, I got to a level of fat that I'm just kind of maintaining. It's just the belly, really. I mean, if I can get rid of the belly, that would be ideal.
Good living. That's good living, John.
But I mean,
just good living.
I enjoy beer.
Yeah, man.
I drink less than I used to, I guess you could say. I did sober October last year. And I don't know, it was weird. I was kind of like, I would drink a lot, but I wouldn't like get drunk a lot. I would just like have, a beer or two a night, which is kind of like, I guess, kind of excessive in a sense. But I did sober October, and I kind of curbed that lifestyle after that, and kind of limited it to the weekends.
Yeah, I did almost 5 months.
Really?
Not one sip of alcohol. Which
wow.
I don't think I've ever. I haven't done that since I was 12. So that was wild, man.
13, the wheels fell off, right?
Yeah, man. It's I'm definitely firing on all cylinders, which is like the first time in my life, not drinking or doing any drugs or anything. So it's kind of cool, It's its whole new thing. So it's whole other thing, which it's nice though because I'm getting a lot done.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're getting a lot done that's music related.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, it's great. I mean, just it's cool. It's cool. It's different.
Yeah, see, I need to find something that like, entertains me in that sense. Like, I mean, I don't really drink around my son. Because I like to be, there and not impaired in any way, but I also don't want him to see me like have that like sense of that's acceptable behavior. Not that it's not, but you know what I mean.
Correct.
But I mean, when he goes to bed, like I'll have occasional drink here and there. But yeah, I mean, I need something to do like outside of that, like a hobby or something.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've been doing a lot of interviews for the single, and people do ask like, well, what are your other hobbies? And I'm like, yeah, I don't really have any. I don't know.
At least you have music though. I mean, like
does playing guitar not on stage count as a hobby?
Yeah,
I do that too. I'm just doing it on the couch.
I mean, at one point, my hobby was playing darts, which was conveniently located in a bar.
Sure.
So, what's in a bar? Beer.
Yeah.
So you have the hobby of darts, and then there's a beer there too.
With that being said, I have no qualms about having a few cocktails. It's there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not. I just feel like I need to do something to entertain myself.
Yeah. You'll find it. You'll find it. It'll find you.
Yeah, that's right. It'll find me.
Absolutely. You're a busy guy. You got a lot going on.
I do. You're right. I'm very busy. But, well, man, if you want to let people know where to find the band as far as social media and the website, and let people know where they can get this new music that's coming out on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Friday, April 30th, 2021, the new single, Broken, is going to be out. It's going to be worldwide, streaming everywhere: Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. And then, the video will be accompanying it as well, directed by Jonathan Edwards. And you can find everything you need at DustinDouglasMusic.com. My Instagram is Dustin Douglas Official. And we appreciate the continued support too from a lot of people, man. So we're excited to have something new for y'all, and there's going to be a lot of new stuff coming up. So
cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, buddy.
If there's anything I can do along the way, you know where to find me.
Yes, sir.
So
we'll have to do this face to face and
yes,
have ourselves a drink together. So
we will. So Friday, April 30th, new tunes from Dustin Douglas. and the Electric Gentleman. Looking forward to it, my man.
Yes,
Best of luck with it. Book some shows, get out there and rock out, man. It's going to be awesome. Man. Hopefully I'll see you soon.
Absolutely, John. Thanks for your time. Man.
Yeah, man. Talk to you soon.
All right. See you, buddy.
Thanks.
See you.